Now sometimes you might just want a single figure to be shown. For example, you can see that this big figure here is quite prominent. Maybe that's all you need and you don't actually want the gauge. Well, that's no problem. We can use a card. So a card is a single figure. It needn't just be a figure, it could be a date, it could be text. So for instance, it could be the region name. So if I drag in region name, you can see here, Tyne and Weir, the first region name, and in fact, it's the last region name. I can select additional items in the slicer, but you can see it's just providing the first region name. And I'm getting those additional slicer items by holding down Control while I'm doing this. But quite often it's used with numbers. So if I remove, you can see the other options are last, count, distinct, and count. And I put in, this was the terraced price. And change it to an average. There we can have the actual figure without needing the gauge. Now it may be that you want to put in multiple items, and that's fine as well, but you can't put in multiple items in a card. It will override the field. Instead, what you need to have is a multi-row card. So a multi-row card allows you to insert multiple items. So let's put in the sales volume. Let's put in the average of the semi-detached price. And let's put in the average of the terraced price, for instance. So we just need to do things with these data labels, make them bigger, for instance. We can change the outline of the card. You can make it a frame. You can change the size of the category labels, because quite frankly, I can't read them. That's a fair bit better. But I still can't read them now. It now says average of semi-detached price. So let's go into this field and click on rename. So semi-detached and terraced and sales volume, it just needs a space in the middle. So I'm going to have this as an example of a multi-card gauge, so a multi-row card. I'm also going to put in a standard card as well and put in let's put in the average 12-month% change. So here we can see for Tyne and Weir, on average it changes 6.33%, South Yorkshire 6.6%, and so forth. Now what we might want to do is have particular colour schemes when it's hot. So maybe we'll have another slicer which is going to be the year. So let's have a slicer, put it up here. It's going to show the year. So if I put it at the hottest part, for instance, we've got here 14%. That's really hot. So let's add some conditional formatting to make it hot. And we're going to do that in the next video, along with having a look at our humble table. And we're going to again put in our years. And we're going to put in the rate of change. Let's get it much bigger so I can actually read the thing, and I imagine you can read the thing as well. And so what we're going to do is we're going to add in conditional formatting into both the card and into this, which again should be an average. That's better. So we can see when it gets hot, and when it gets a fair bit cooler. And we'll do that in the next video.